So, I was looking at anime things, and I found a picture of very pissed anime twins. Now, I'm thinking that when they would have, woken up, they would have both been just, I don't know, doing things. At that point, they'd both be pissed at the interns. Sun and Moon would be pissed at the interns because, the interns are stupid. At some point, Sunny would just be pissed at Kyle because they know that Moon having a tail will actually hurt them. And they can't actually remove the tail because Kyle is a smart motherfucker. So Moon just has to fucking suffer with it, and now all their builds have to have a damn tail, or they're going to die. Okay, let me explain that more. So Sunny knows that his mom said that she removed the tails because they don't work properly. The tails will actually break Lunar and Moon's codes. And Demon doesn't help with that, neither does Luna. So Moon now just has to suffer with that shit, and all their builds have to have a tail, or they're going to die because Eagle will die. Because she is part of the tail code, her siblings need to actually be functional now for Moon to actually function properly. As for Lunar, she said maybe because Aurora put more work into her because she wasn't being rushed for bullshit. So Lunar can actually function without actually being damaged by the tail. She wouldn't want one because it would be annoying. Moon can't have one, but they got one anyway, so now they just have to suffer with it. So, oh well. Sucks to be him. So, yeah. She removed the tails, Aurora, because, they weren't functioning properly. She made it in a way that Moon can function without the tail, because everybody was rushing her, and her grant money went down the toilet because of fucking Chad, which is why she doesn't like Chad. But that's besides the point. The point is, Aurora didn't build him with a tail on purpose. Lunar's was removed after it caused 2 power surges. They didn't actually know what caused that to begin with for Lunar. They actually had to wait and figure that out. They did testing like they did on Sundrop to see what would happen. Well, the child almost died. That's what happened. Anyways, so yeah, that's why Sunny would be pissed at Kyle. They, called Aurora at, like, the worst time possible, because Aurora was having a mental breakdown, because a Karen came, called her laptop a phone, and was like, fix it, and then she called Aurora a whore. So Aurora was not okay. She decided to play it off like she was okay. Basically, she snapped at Kyle. Kyle did the thing anyway. Aurora is used to men being assholes to her. She is used to people doing this. She knew he was gonna do this. She doesn't have a backup plan, though, and she's kinda stuck somewhere, so she can't go fix it. So that is sad. So as for Aurora being stuck somewhere, her brother actually got a call from her, and she told him that she was sick. So basically, he knows what that means. That means it's time to take her to a mental institution because she's becoming their fucking dad. She is becoming the bitch bunny. That is not good. Anyways, the tail, Moon just has to suffer with it now. It can't be removed. Those codes are broken entirely now. And Demon would indeed consume all 3 of them. And probably stars, which would just make the situation even worse. So... yeah, Moon just has to suffer with the tail, because Aurora has a body that's set up for tail removal for them, if she had enough time to actually give them the tail, because she would be expecting the same reaction from him that Lunar had. Her other delay was Sunny basically dying from a seizure. She did not expect that to happen. That was unexpected, and that was the last of her grant toilet money, so no tail. But now Moon has a tail because Kyle is a smart motherfucker. So Aurora is just in a hole of bullshit, and she's going to go insane. She's going to kill herself. Aurora's reaction to being ignored this time because she trusted Kyle has actually led to her harming herself, which is why Crypto took her to the freaking mental hospital in the first place. Besides all that, I think they lost the boys' trust as well, because I don't think Sunny will trust them anymore. He doesn't trust the interns already. And apparently, since the thing happened, Kyle didn't work there, so Sunny never got to trust him fully in the first place. So they both have to suffer with this, because Kyle is smart, but Sunny is stupid. Sunny didn't go in and explain why Moon didn't want a tail, because they thought, okay, well, they know my brother. If he says no, then he doesn't want anything done to him. Apparently, Sunny had to go in to explain everything. You know, the fact that their sister almost fucking died twice from the tail being broken. But, he didn't do that, because Sunny's just like, these people aren't stupid. That's Kyle. Kyle's not stupid. Kyle is smart stupid, which means Kyle would do it anyway. The interns are intern stupid, which means they'd use the wrong body. So, that just sucks for Sunny then, because they failed at their one job, which is protecting their brother. So on Moon's top of that sucks for him. 'Cause they can't remove the tail. That's a main wire, so anytime Star's program tries to do anything with it, they're going to not be able to breathe. So, yes. Anyway, Moon had the first reaction in the lab when Aurora was creating them, so she just decided, I'm going to remove, the tail from this robot before I put the code in it, so that doesn't happen again. And by what she means, she almost fucking murdered Lunar twice by trying to get the startup to work without knowing, it was broken. Anyway, for Moon, they're okay with the tail. It's annoying to them. They're going to get used to it. They can use it as a weapon without any damage being done to them. The only other thing is that Demon has access to all their weapons because depression makes Moon suicidal. So I have no idea how Star would react if Moon just impaled themselves on purpose, because they are suffering and are not telling anyone. But I don't know. That would take a lot for Moon to do that, actually. So Moon is just gonna suffer in silence with the extreme pain in their body, considering the 3 broken wires keep sparking. So Moon's broken wires are sparking, which are that's actually that's fine. The little sparks don't cause a lot of damage. His and Sunny's both do that. But what they would be worried about here is a possibility of basically breaking the battery. The main wire used to go through their entire body. Now it's just their fucking tail. Yeah, they can't fix anything with that. They can't actually have full access to Starlight for what Aurora decided to actually make her code be useful for. Because Starlight can't actually leave unless their brother is dormant, because that's how Aurora wrote the code in. Aurora wrote it like, this code can only function as a safety lock if both backup codes are dormant. That's not okay. But Moon would be fine. Moon's just like, well, this sucks, but this is my life now. I can't be mad about that. So yeah, the two would start, like, they'd be mad at first. Sunny's only mad at the interns now, because they're stupid. He's not mad at Kyle for actually trying to do something nice, to which he assumes just for Star, because they know Moon said no. Moon can't be mad at Kyle, because Kyle didn't, put them in the body. Kyle's just like, walked up to them like, I gave you a tail, and Moon's just like, well, great. And then they look at Sunny, and Sunny would make the situation worse by saying that once Moon was freaking done with their repairs, they'd have to leave, and Sunny couldn't go with them. Anyways, Moon would be fine with the tail and everything. He's okay with it. He knows how to make it function. Now, he keeps saying he's going to die because anxiety keeps telling them that every single time the kid tries to do anything, or the fact that Starlight is actually awake now actually increases the fact that they might have a power surge while they're actually trying to do their job for once, instead of sleeping in the middle of the night, because that's when most of his codes are actually switching. Now that Starlight would be awake, she'd get to switch during both sets, and she is a middle ground code, so that is not ideal for Moon, because every time his codes switch when he's awake, it hurts. So Starlight, she's the reason Moon is in constant pain right now. And Demon can't do anything, because if Demon consumes her, they will die. Basically, Demon would only consume her to make the pain stop. But he can't do that because she's directly linked to a main code, so they are out of luck, and Moon's just gonna do what he usually does and suffer in silence. So every time Star would ask if they're okay, they'd just smile at her and say yes. Sunny would know that's not correct, and Sunny would just sit there and think to themselves that they're going to go through what Lunar went through, so at least I suppose they would understand their sister better. Anyways, that's not okie dokie, but Moon doesn't care about the tail anymore. They're not mad they have it, they're not upset. People are dumb. They know it can't be removed, so they're not gonna even try, considering the fact they almost died when the kid turned it off. So, Yeah, he's just gonna stay with that. He's just like, well, this is our life now. So to make it extremely clear, Kyle's code is perfect. Aurora's is not. She would have used base for Moon from Lunar and wouldn't have put the tail code in if it wasn't able to be used as a failsafe for his broken lockdown code. That code is supposed to be dormant, but it's not now because they have a tail. So that's fun. Anyway, it's Aurora's fault, which is why Aurora tried to off herself, because she knows it's her fault, because she double checked and Kyle's shit was perfect. So it's her fault. Aurora knows it's her fault. Her child is suffering because of her mistake. She can't blame the boy if he didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do anything wrong. She can't blame Kyle. It's her fault. She can't blame Kyle. She did this to them. She made them suffer. She hurt her child just by making that code exist. It's her fault they're suffering.